Hi, I'm Anthony Houston, and I'd like to talk to you about my favorite part of the brain, which is the hippocampus. It is located under the temporal lobe, which has to do with specifically auditory and primarily with hearing. The hippocampus is a small organ. It helps regulate more of emotions and our memory, in particular with long-term memory. Um, the hippocampus is, it has two regions, the dorsal hippocampus and the ventral hippocampus. Also, the intermediate hippocampus, which is a similar function between both. The reason that I focus on the hippocampus is for the simple fact of what happens with the hippocampus in long term within our lifespan of doing sports, or maybe as we work, it's a, we hit our heads, or you may bump your head here and there, and it can cause short-term memory loss. Or something I've learned is where if you can hit your head very hard, say against a door or on a, having hiked myself, I've hit my head on a cabinet or a kitchen cabinet, and you'll notice that sometimes you can completely forget something the next day in short-term memory, such as where you put your keys, for the simple fact of how important your memory is and what the role is that your hippocampus plays in that. For me, being an athlete, it's very important to me for the simple fact that I've hit my head a lot in sports and I've had concussions, so I understand how important it is to take care of your brain. So to be able to focus on a part of the brain as such as the hippocampus that really um, focuses on, when it comes to the dorsal hippocampus, focusing on conceptual big ideas, or what I would believe children use the most growing up in education, learning to categorize and to gain our thoughts as far as, a central idea in a class such as an artwork or a piece of paper. It made me truly want to figure out, not just how it works, but the damaging effect more so because of my personal lifestyle. It made me look into specifically football, something called CTE, where most people who've been impacted in their hippocampus don't really have the tools and knowledge to fully understand because it's such a new issue coming about. But I'd like to play a 30-second clip on just how important it is, brain damage, especially in the hippocampus.
Lately, it's been difficult to talk about football without mentioning concussion. Why? A mounting concern over a disease called chronic traumatic encephalopathy, more commonly known as CTE. In the world of medicine, CTE is a relative newcomer. In football, we just learned about it 10 to 15 years ago. Here's what we can say. It's a progressive degenerative brain disease. It is like Alzheimer's. It can start with memory loss, mood swings, and difficulty in concentration, developing into progressive dementia, even possible thoughts of suicide.
And for me, that played a huge role in why I wanted to know the emotional toll that the hippocampus plays in your life. I think it's very important for everyone around to kind of learn about the hippocampus and what it really does, not just the fact that it deals with memory loss and our perception, and as far as depression, where the ventral hippocampus deals, where it involves the ventral hippocampus involves in emotional processing and functions such as your anxiety or depression. Um, there's ways to actually heal the hippocampus by um, taking antidepressants, and also, I believe it was sleep, which was very interesting. That by just sleeping, you can actually help heal your hippocampus. Um, there's actually no proof as to why it causes mood swings outside of the simple fact that it is emotionally connected to the temporal lobe, which, when damaged, can cause a lot of different issues as far as why you're having a mood swing. By doing small lesion surgeries called anterogrades, it has become very popular to try and figure out where this has all come from. And as an athlete, I hope that we can come to a conclusion to figure it out and to slowly be able to learn more about the hippocampus and what the damage is actually being done inside a little more. It's actually shaped like a small tube underneath the temporal lobe. I believe that everyone should really give this subject and this topic a chance and also take the time to learn a little bit more about the hippocampus daily. Thank you.